Welcome to Sideshow, where I'm being a spider. I'm being Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
No, you're being Spider-Ball. Spider-Ball does whatever Spider-Ball does.
Oh. Whoops.
So, I think that would be a pretty decent sideshow to talk about. Favorite legends. Could be an urban legend, a tall tale, could be mythical, it could be alternative, whatever you want.
I don't know. Only really medieval thing I like a lot, other than like Lord of God, I just did it again.
No, I mean
other than
based in real life.
Well,
like
I don't know.
You know,
the only thing that really comes to mind when I think medieval is like Lord of the Rings, Legend of Zelda, and like just things like that. And like most fantasy games that are based around that.
What about like Excalibur?
Well, yeah, that's just Arthurian legend. That's commonplace. That's something I don't really need to mention that much because that comes to mind automatically.
Oh,
come on!
Just never mind. You only have one more. I was gonna say, just blow the fuckers up and drop a P-bomb.
They're not the things killing me though. They're not even hitting me. Those things are.
But speaking of legends, there was a show on Sci-Fi that I greatly enjoyed called Legend Quest. Basically, there was this guy following what he thinks are the clues to where these ancient treasures might be. Now, there was things preventing him from getting to them, like, Area 51, the rights to dig on a ancient ground, like a protected area that you have to get a permit for, stuff like that,
I guess.
But, like, a lot of what he said was interesting. And some of these legends that he would call, I did have to look up. And I will say, a lot of what he ended up finding was, at times, it was pretty damn creepy. Let me find one of them, because this one is the one that keeps standing out in my mind while I'm talking about this. Let's see.
So I love how you, since you went from legends and medieval and Arthurian legend to, let's talk about sci-fi. And I'm like, what? I'm just really confused, like, that just came out of nowhere. I'm like, what?
Well, I mean, this show didn't have to do with, like, old legends and shit.
Literally, the only thing that had to do was the name.
What?
That was it.
Honestly, what saddened me about this show is it only lasted 6 episodes.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. But, like, he followed the, Ark of the Covenant, for one. And he went into great detail about where it had been, all this stuff, I think, yes, it was the Mayan talking cross. Now, the story behind this is that
I'm gonna go say
that
was so fascinating.
if I remember correctly, it's about a cross that would give, like, orders or religious insight or stuff like that to the Mayans, right? And how, in the end of its days, or the end of days, whatever, there was a pilgrimage with the cross that had like 5 priests and 12 boys or something like that. I know this is all like coming out. But at one of those stops, I can't remember what had happened, but they got killed or they marked their way. And by to mark their way, they cut up on their hands, got it covered in blood, and marked it on the wall in a cave. He found this cave, and just seeing those handprints was honestly kind of fucking creepy. But you know, like another one was Merlin's resting place, which ultimately led him to once again a place he couldn't dig because it was a holy ground. You know, like he would have to dig up a church to prove himself right. Like same with the cross, he would have had to dig. No, the cross was in a cave that had too much water, and they would have to blow it up or something just to try to find if the talking cross was there or not. Like the Ark of the Covenant is supposedly under a church in France or Italy. France or Italy, you know. It was just an interesting show to watch. I mean, I don't know how much of it was real or how much of it was his own theories, but, you know, I mean, I do feel he got pretty far with it, you know.
So, yeah, if you're paying attention to any that I just did, I love the fact that the entire detail of this room here,
yeah,
solely made to get the one energy tank.
Hey.
This room I need to go? No. It's the same one I've went in like 3 times now. This one.
But let's see, he also did like,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like the Holy Grail he did. It's like supposed to be also buried under a church or something. What?
You keep going away from the mic.
Sorry. But, you know, a lot of the stuff he says I do know just, reading these things myself. You know, but where he ends up half the time, and from the clue of what he's read, like the resting place of Merlin, or something like that, is supposed to draw water to it. Or Merlin it was something like he created water to come out. And he finds this little stream in the woods in like Norway or something. Only like this wide, like maybe a foot wide. And it was actually like a man-made stream. You know? And supposedly at the mouth of the stream, that's where Merlin rests. You know, like I said, interesting. Okay? But sadly, the show got canceled.
Speaking of that, let's see.
Speaking of that, sorry everyone, we're done. Sideshow is canceled.
That's not what I was gonna say, but whoa! You saw that thing just shoot me off.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what was I gonna say now? That is another topic I wanted to go on. Shows that got canceled, but you didn't want them to.
Oh, Legend Quest, definitely.
Anything else other than that?
Well, but I think we should explain why we don't want them canceled.
Well, you kind of did for like 10 minutes.
True. So then I'll just sum it up with this. While I don't...
You already summed it up by talking for 10 minutes about it.
Fine, whatever.
I think you kind of summed that one up enough.
Stargate Universe. Season 2 ends off with the nerd ascending to a mimetic badass.
Angry video game nerd?
No. the character who's unknown. Like, he literally calls himself Math Boy. Because despite having the genius is of Dr. Rush, what's his name? Dr. McKay and Sam Carter, the latter two being able to make a bridge interconnect with 36 stargates. I can't remember how many from each system, and then writing a program that instead of the gate shutting off, each one opens in sequence, receives your data, if you will, stores it in its buffer, sends it on to the next one to a halfway point, and then back. Cannot figure out this math problem. Basically, Eli is a genius's genius. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And how they left it on a cliffhanger pissed me off. But I will say this, what made me happy. David Hewlett, who plays Dr. McKay, earlier this year, teased that something was being filmed for Stargate involving a lot of the actors. So that does make me happy. I haven't heard anything since, but I am happy about that because Sci-Fi hurt the show by moving it from Friday to Tuesday, then to Monday. You know, that's going to hurt any show. And my logic behind that is, it's Friday, it's a show you love, maybe, you know, brand new episode, you want to sit, you want to watch it, you want to relax, you're there for the weekend, right?
I guess.
Monday, well, you might be too tired to watch it. Start of the week. Same for maybe Tuesday, you might forget, you know, or you might be working late. That's what I truly felt hurt the series.
For me, the only one I could personally think of, Firefly.
Another one for me would be, well, first explain why. I mean, I know.
Well, I don't think I really need to with that one. Because next time on Sideshow, we talk about something else. Because you already know why I want that show back.
I don't. I've never seen it. Anyways, see you then.